Okay, cousins, it's raining outside. But listen, part 2 to episode 2 go like this, okay? So, in the process of me and this girl fighting, it's blood everywhere, everything like that. My guy daddy pull up with my younger guy brother, which is the one the girl actually liked, right? And that's how the fight ends up getting broken up. So, long story short, on this half anyway, the police gets called, the ambulance gets called, my mom gets called, everybody gets called. I am in handcuffs at this point, y'all. I am sitting in the back of a county car. Now, I don't know how every state works, but like we have city police and then we had county police. I was sitting in the back of a county car, okay? And so my mom came to the car. I'm handcuffed. I'm sitting in the back. I'm in between confusions of like, I'm mad. I'm not even thinking about I'm going on my way to jail. Like, I'm not thinking that. I'm a kid, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm 15. I'm a kid. So, no, I'm 14. I was about to turn 15. I had not turned 15 yet. My birthday is in March. So I was 14. And this is how I remember, because once we got down to the juvenile detention center, yes, I was put in juvie. Okay? And so now look, dig this. When we first got there for like my intake and everything, because they had to get my side of the story, and then the young lady had got sent to the hospital and everything like that. So as I'm telling my side of the story, my mom calls my father. I just want y'all to know it's all going together. It all goes together. My mom calls my father. She's like, "Hey, your daughter about to get locked up." My dad like, "Huh?" She's like, "Yeah." So what had happened was they was saying, and this is before anything was done on the, like, as far as pressing charges and anything like that. They was saying because my father did not live in the house with my mom, that I would be able to potentially be like sent to him. You know what I mean? And so my father sat on that phone, on the speakerphone, because again, we're in the juveniles. I don't know the proper term. I want to say like warden, but I don't know what that proper terminology is. We're sitting in her office. I remember it being a woman, and we're sitting in her office, and we had to be on the speakerphone for security reasons. You know, she's like, "You can call, but you gotta, we all gotta hear what you're saying, what's going on." Obviously, to make sure I'm not, telling a different kind of story. And my father literally says, "That's on you." This is what he says to my mother. He said, "That's on you. All of that is your fault, because I would have never raised a gangbanger." This is what I heard. Not just me. This is what the lady heard. This is what my mother heard. This is what I heard. And so I was done with that. Like, because again, it shifted me into a different place emotionally, because I defended myself. Right? It was defense for me. Now, granted, my defense was a little heinous, and I'm not saying it wasn't, but I defended myself. Okay? So by this time, from that date until 4 days before my birthday, I was locked up in juvenile detention. So almost 30 days. Like 27 days, something like that. Like 27 days. It was almost 30 days. I was locked up in juvie. So what they were trying to do was, they was trying to charge me as an adult. Okay? They was trying to hold me until my 15th birthday, because at my 15th birthday, they can try to prosecute me and charge me as an adult, which by all means, if you know anything about the law, that was it. That was my life. That was my future. That was it, right? So going down that rabbit hole, I get out. Bless the Lord. I get out on house arrest. Okay, I get out on house arrest with an ankle monitor. Yes. I know, cousins. Yes, I wore an ankle monitor. I had to wear an ankle monitor for, I think, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months I had to wear an ankle monitor. Okay, mind you, I'm still a freshman in high school, but I got expelled from the high school I was going to until the investigation was finished. But thank the good Lord above. Long story to that was, they end up having to clear my record because the young lady was in violation, not me. So they couldn't charge it to my school record. I was no longer welcome to the school, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, listen to this. We're still in my freshman year of high school. In the meantime of that, I'm now, like I told you, I'm now 15. My mom is getting remarried. Okay? And nothing against my late second stepdad. Nothing against him. He was a cool dude. Blah, 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 blah. He was a cool dude. He was cool. So, the summer came. I'm out of school. I'm out of my freshman year. The summer came, and at the time, my dad was just like, I don't want nothing to do with you because you're a bad kid. You're a gangbanger, and I don't know who you are, and you're not my child, and this is how your mom raised you, and this is what your mom did to you, and she thinks you're. And so now let me give y'all some context to why this part matters as well, because there was an agreement. There was agreement between my parents about me doing high school with him, because that would have meant essentially that I went to the high school that my mom went to. So, it would have been like a legacy thing. But because that incident happened, he was like, yeah, now, blah, blah, blah. But really, I didn't want to live with him because, one, I'm like, I don't know what you can really say to me if, like, my stepsister pregnant, like, as a teenager, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to go through that, because I was already going through it through the church. I was already getting, like, ostracized from the church when really I hadn't even started having sex on my own or none of that. I was just developing, and because like I said, not just one cousin, I had three cousins. They're all in the same age bracket. They were all like pregnant, not at the same time, but within a time frame of each other. Okay, so with all of that being said, I never lived with my dad during any of my high school years, which is all to the good. But again, being a kid with the understanding that I would, and then it became this whole I can't, because I hit a down spiral, and that down spiral, it took me to a place. It took me to a real different kind of place. A real different kind of place, y'all. And there's really like no words to kind of explain it. But with that being said, here we go. I'm going into my sophomore year of high school. My mom's like, hey, you got to do something. You got to get on a sport. You got to get some kind of academic under your belt. Like, you have to do something. Now, I had a job, y'all. I did. I worked at KFC. That was my first job. And then I ended up working at McDonald's. I've also worked. Now, this is during high school, okay? Like, I also had summer jobs working internships with my mom at her, at the time, company, okay? Not her company directly, but the company she worked with. They had a summer program, an intern summer program. So I want to make sure I said that right. It wasn't her company, but it was the company she worked for. They had a summer program. Okay. So I also did the summer program. All right. So now we're going into my sophomore year of high school. And you ready for part 3? Are you ready for part 3? Check in with me for part 3.